1 to 2 minutes to talk to big ministers. Like, you know, people never get these opportunities, and we finally did. Young people's voices. Kapahaka is like one of my biggest passions, but it was just taking over me mentally, physically, or this or that. Some people don't have mums, some people don't have dads, but you can always foster anyone to be your mum and dad.
Yora everyone, welcome to Voice of Aroha episode of today. We have a special guest, Tayshon. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, kia ora mai te whānau, ko Tayshon tuku ingoa, he uri tēnei no te taitokera. My name's Tayshon, I'm from a small place in the Far North, well actually, the whole of the Far North actually, yeah.
Cool, thank you. What you want to share with us today? If I give you the mic to introduce yourself, the way you want to introduce yourself, to talk about yourself, and yeah, for our audience to know who Tayshon is, what would you say?
I'd want to let them know that I'm just like everyone else. Everyone's the same person but in a different font, they like to say. Just a regular person that has potential, that has their talents, that has their etc., as does everyone else. And I'm just here to tell my story, I guess, in my own words. Yeah.
Cool, lovely. I'm very excited to hear your story, and yeah, I'll just start. What do you do? Like, what do you wanna tell us about what you do in your life?
What do I do in my life?
Yes.
Are you talking about day-to-day life, or like what I want to do in the bigger world?
Let's start from the bigger world.
The bigger world, I want to voice. My biggest passion in the whole world is probably to voice our rangatahi and what they have to say. Every voice needs to be heard. Everyone has a voice, and to be able to voice those, have a platform like this, is a privilege. And we don't. When I say that, we're not speaking on behalf of those children, but just have that voice for them. Those that feel unseen, unheard, unsupported.
So you're specifically talking about children?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because I work with a company, a charitable organisation called Pillars Ka Pou Whakahau, which support tamariki impacted by whānau incarceration. So technically, when I say rangatahi, I'm talking about kids, but most importantly, those impacted by those that have parents in prison. But also, rangatahi that feel unseen and unheard. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I feel so emotional. It's just like very important that what you just shared is really big impact on, and there's really, I didn't hear about that before. It's just like, yes, there is people need this help. There is kids, they need their story to be told and heard. And you're doing amazing actually.
Yeah, because it starts with our tamariki. Like you start as a child, and it's in our children's hands to carry on the generation and build our futures.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, of course.
Yes. What makes you want to do this? How did you start?
So in 2018, we were moving around. So when I was little, we were moving around a lot with my auntie. She whāngai'd me, so I'm a whāngai kid. And we were moving around a lot. And then she had to homeschool us because obviously we couldn't settle in and just keep moving schools. It wasn't good for, it didn't look good for the bank account, all that stuff. So she homeschooled us. And, being a single mum, she was like, I can't handle these kids. But she had a lot on her plate. So she found this mentoring program called Pillars, which is who I work with, the mahi that I work with. And they don't really give you a parent. They pair children, like they do an assessment or something, and they pair children with a mentor. And that mentor hangs out with you maybe every fortnight or so, and they, have fun and all that. Well, with me, I got a mentor, and I grew out of it. Like, people grow out of it. There's some people that they can get along with theirs, but I kind of grew out of mine. And Karina, our kaitiaki of Āpōpō, of the panel that I'm on, she was like, hey, there's other mahi that we want to do. We want to create a youth panel, a youth advisory board. And so we put our mahi around that. And from then on, from 2019 moving forward, we made our Ngā Rangatira mo Āpōpō, Leaders of Tomorrow, our youth advisory panel. There's heaps of mahi around that. So, yeah.
That's lovely. I love that, how you started. And do you still have this relationship with friendship or the connection with those.
Yeah, of course. Recently, I didn't get the opportunity because I had other whānau priorities. Recently, Āpōpō, our group, was on the steps of Parliament talking to the big ministers about, voicing. We had our speeches that were given to them, but it kind of affected us, not in a big way, but kind of because we were given a time frame, like 1 to 2 minutes to talk to big ministers. Like, people never get these opportunities, and we finally did, young people's voices, and we had a time frame, 1 to 2 minutes. And yes, we made it to the steps of Parliament, but she was standing outside in the wind, like we couldn't even go inside and speak to who we really wanted to speak to. We invited our Prime Minister and they didn't even come, so it was like, I have a big relationship with, so there's 3 girls that I'm mostly, me, plus 2 other girls that I'm, we did a news documentary with, and they're probably 2 of my closest friends to this day, of course, yeah.
So you did a news documentary?
We did a TVNZ documentary on children of prisoners, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's lovely. Yeah, and how are you finding working with those kids? What struggles do you have, during this?
In that atmosphere, because Pillars does workshops, we see kids that are in our position, or we're, working, my 2 closest friends that I work with, we're all been through the same thing, but in 3 different worlds. What? I don't know how to word it, but yeah.
What is exactly your role in this organization? I'm just trying to understand the whole picture, What is your role in this organization?
So it's basically just, so I'm in the youth advisory panel, which is just a panel that is youth. I think it's 18 to 25 years. Or actually 16 to 25. I think that's our age thing in it. And it's, youth. Cool. Made by youth, for youth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, panel to voice. We've did workshops with the Mental Health Foundation and helped them build, different posters for the mental health program. And we've written a Bill of Rights for children that we've taken to Parliament. We've created a new role that we want in district courts. And we've gotten attention from all areas, I guess, yeah.
I like how you take this struggle that you lived and then take it to be a strength that you work.
We can't make it an excuse.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. And I have a question here. Had there been a moment where you really felt, this is why I do what I do? Do you want to share a moment or a story?
Oh. I think... Okay, so when our documentary first came out, Children of Prisoners, we just finished prize giving, and obviously I was one of those children that was probably friends with the teachers more than I was friends with people in the school. Yeah. So as I was wandering myself around after prize giving in the teachers lounge, I don't know, a tari in the teacher's office where everyone, the staff room, that's the word.
Cool.
Yeah, we're in there, and then a teacher comes up to me. She's she has this role in the English department. I low-key didn't know who she was. And she comes up to me and she says, "You're Tayshon, you're the wonderful woman." And I was this beautiful woman standing in front of me, what is she talking about? And she says, if it was okay with you, I just wanted to let you know that I've made all the juniors in our school write an essay on your documentary. And I was like, it hit me for a second. I had to process what she just said. And I was like, what? Huh? And then she was like, yeah, if it's okay with you, you're welcome to read some of the stories, which I still haven't to this day, but I really want to. She'd gotten some of the kids to write about how they felt about the essay and how they connected to it, and she found that a lot of the kids were actually struggling in class, and she found that, my voice had echoed and made a ripple effect within our kura, in a community that I was in. So I had realised that, hey, I have made an impact in my own school. I know I was a lot of people knew me within the school, but they knew me on a deeper level and met me at a place where, we were even, like on the same level, like if that's how you would say it. And I said to her, that's totally okay. And she said, okay, well, yeah, you're welcome to read their stories. And yeah, I would love to read their stories now.
That's a very beautiful story to hear. Like, I love, like, you know, how old were you at this time?
Oh, I was just last year, year 13,
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
My last year of high school,
Oh,
leaving
okay.
it with bang.
I can imagine how, like, you know,
Yeah.
the feelings, and that's beautiful. So you just feel like you make this impact on others, and you make others feel to share and to write those as well.
Yeah, because that teacher was like, oh, like, would you mind coming back and making, like, a support group or something? And I said, of course, when I get the time. Like, you know, I probably wouldn't get the time, but, like, you know, if that something like that, you know, has made that impact, then of course I would, like, voluntarily, yeah.
What has your journey through school and leadership looked like?
Oh, like you know, the Rocky Road ice cream, like that. Like, oh, like a tornado. Nah.
I haven't studied here in the college or school, so I have no idea.
It was pretty all goods. Like, I was in the Māori unit. A lot of places have an opportunity for you to be in a bilingual unit, a fully immersed Māori area of school. And yeah, I was kind of struggling because I had been through kura kaupapa, I'd been through kohanga reo, and that's like fully immersed in te reo Māori. Like, all you do is tikanga Māori, mahi Māori, like everything Māori. And then I got to high school and it was like I had to do half-half, like half Māori and half not Māori stuff.
Nice.
Like, so I was introduced to new things. And then it got to year 12 and my auntie was like, hey, it's all these Māori things are kind of taking over your life. And I was like, what do you mean? And then she was like kapahaka, yes. People think kapahaka is like one of my biggest passions, but it was just taking over me mentally, physically, all this, all that. So she thought, you know, like, you doing this 24/7 is not going to help for your future. You have to start thinking about your future. So we both kind of decided to put me into mainstream. Knowing me, for 12 years of my life, I had been in te ao Māori places. Māori this, Māori that. Like, it was embedded in me. Come year 12, my auntie was like, yeah, you're going to mainstream. I had never been in a mainstream environment. It was so hard for me to transition into something so different. It was like learning a whole new culture. Within te ao Māori, we do a karakia every time we enter the classroom, every time we exit the classroom. The moment that I felt like I was in a different place was when I went into a classroom and they just started working and then they just left the classroom and the bell rang and I was like, whoa. And then I was like having lunch breaks and I was like, whoa. And then obviously my grades my grades didn't slip, but they weren't as immaculate as they used to be like every other year. And then reality kind of hit when I was like, hey, this, like, you're going under. Like, the bridge is falling down, you need to get up. Like, this is going to turn into an excuse. So I was like, I need to up my game. Flick that reality switch on. Come year 13, after I was named all these statuses in this school with my leadership roles, turned reality switch on and switched on, yeah.
We spied on you. We found out that you were the head girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wouldn't say, like, oh, I was the head girl. Or I was a head girl, but I was a head prefect, we like to say, because in our kura at the time, when I was a head girl, we actually had 4 head girls, no head boys, and we were called head prefects because it was, you know, so dominant. Or I wouldn't say dominant, but it was so, like, head girl, head boy, like, it was so, like, targeted. It was like,
yes.
So we said head prefect, or toko manawa, we called them, which was, like, the main po, and each head prefect had their roles, as does everyone. But yeah, I was a toko manawa, yeah.
Cool. Would you like to share with us about, like, the most hard time you've been through, or something that when you felt really low, and how that's helped you to shape your personality and give you the strength and to bravely be like who you are now?
I think mine was my childhood. Mm-hmm. It's intergenerational trauma and it's upbringing. I think that's one of the main key things with the people that I like to help. And when I say rangatahi, I'm talking about these people that have felt me on this level. it's people that have been through it all, but they just keep building. I think that's, definitely shaped me, is my upbringing and the people I've surrounded myself around and excused myself from. It's having parent in prison, having addictions and yada, yada, yada. And within the whānau, within the household. And, basically not wanting to be that. So obviously, as a young kid, people say, and I say this all the time, kids are like, oh, I want to be a police officer, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be this, I want to be that. But my biggest goal was, I don't want to be my mum, I don't want to be my dad, I don't want to be my parents. And that's what I aspired to be. I did not want to be like them, and that's basically shaped me to be who I am today. Is, I had a role model. It may not have been good, but that was my role model, and that was my goal. That was my barrier to overcome, So that's basically shaped me to be who I am today. Yeah.
Lovely. I was talking to a person about like how we get dads and moms in other people. You might, someone like in your work at or at school or university, they talk to you about something, or they advise you. You feel like, I wanted to hear that from my dad, right?
Yeah.
But this is life. Dads come from different people, just like the dad role comes from different, and mom as well. So yes, just like accepting that.
Because some people don't have mums, some people don't have dads, but you can always foster anyone to be your mum and dad. You can call your uncle down the road and you can call him dad. That's what I do. You can call your friend your auntie. I don't know. You can pick who your family is, but at the same time, you got to love who your family is.
Yes,
well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, and forgiveness is important. Actually, just for you to develop acceptance. And I think you got this, the acceptance. That's how you become who you are now. Like the strong. You're doing a lot for the community. How do you take care of your own well-being? What do you do?
Oh, I wouldn't really know how to answer that, but probably just as long as everyone around me is, looked after, whether that's me worrying about everyone else first before my own self, that's how I look after myself. As long as, just as well as if my room's clean, then I'm clean. If my family's okay or the people around me are feeling okay, then I'm feeling okay. So it's basically what I surround myself with. As long as my environment and the things I surround myself with are, steady and calm, then so am I.
What's your plan for next? What are you planning for the future? What is your dream for? Or let's say what is your dream?
I feel like that's always going to be a pending thought. Because there's always going to be whakaaro that pop up in the way. There's always going to be thoughts and ideas that are going to come in the way of what I want to be in the future or what I want to do in the future. But it's just keep doing the mahi that I'm doing, definitely. Keep moving that forward, moving that up.
Graduating from uni.
Finish uni.
Finishing uni.
Get those degrees, get those tohu. And bring the people that have been with me on that level up with me as well.
Yes, that's important.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you want you to say something for the audience, the advice or a message, what would you say?
My advice would honestly be stop making excuses. I'm a sort of person that's just I don't know, but I'm not a giver-upper. But if something's too hard, I will say, no, I'm not going to do it. But if I try hard enough, I will. If I put thought into it, I will keep doing it. But if there's an excuse, there's a way, I feel.
Just how...
there can, when I speak about my story, there's always a story out there that's way worse than mine. And, and there's people that just make up excuses. And I feel like if you don't have an excuse...
Just, face it.
Yeah, face
do something
it.
About
it's in front of you, face it. Just get it out of the way and you'll be
absolutely
okay to buy it,
just stop blaming others about what you should do, right? Of
course.
Yes, that's lovely, that's beautiful. And we have a tradition of the last guest left you a message, a question, and you will have the chance to also write a question for the next guest.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So the question is very simple, very short. Define love.
Love
What
is
is love mean to
I
you?
feel like love is understanding.
Oh,
If you
yes.
understand the way someone is, how they act, how they feel, and take time to understand them, that's love right there.
That's true. Yes.
Like if I can understand you, oh, I love you. Basically.
Yes, and we feel like connection with people who understand us. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm saying something and you, yes, I know what you're feeling, and you know,
Yeah,
we
like-
share this feeling, then we understand each other. That's-
Even when someone's like, oh, I understand what you're saying. Or like, oh, I love doing that. Why do you love doing it? It's because you understand it.
That's
like, why
true.
do you love maths? Because you understand maths. Like, you see?
Yes, simple.
Simple as that.
Easy.
But I don't love maths. Because I don't understand it. See?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
the math
True.
is mathing. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing all that, and we head to the end of our conversation. I was so happy listening to your story. That was inspiring, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
And
for having me.
Thank you for our guests, for our listeners who are listening to Voice of Aroha. And yes, kia ora, bye bye.
Ka kite.
Ka kite, yes.